Hey y'all, welcome back to Homemade Simple. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Today is a beautiful fall day here in Alabama and it's game day. So I'm sporting my new favorite football shirt that I found at the thrift store, and unfortunately this totally is a perfect reflection of how I am during a football game. So I try to control myself, but I find it very difficult to keep my composure when I'm in the middle of watching a football game. I thought I would share some of my favorite football recipes with y'all today because of course game day is a perfect excuse to eat all of the good things. Start out by making our dinner for game time, and that is going to be a barbecue chicken nachos. This is one of my very favorite things to eat. It is super simple and takes very little effort and time to put together, so I'm going to get started making the nachos. The first thing I do is put chicken into the Instant Pot. Of course, I don't think ahead enough to thaw out my chicken, so this is still frozen, but like I said in a previous video, I can put frozen chicken in the Instant Pot and it cooks really quickly and thoroughly, so not an issue. But I'm gonna go wash all this chicken gunk off my hands. I'll be right back. I'm pretty paranoid when it comes to getting some kind of E. coli or something on my counter or spreading it by not washing my hands. So I try to be really careful whenever I am touching raw meat, especially raw chicken, to clean my hands and my work surface thoroughly. Okay, so next I'm just going to pour some of the barbecue sauce that I got from Sam's on the chicken. This is the biggest container that I have ever seen of barbecue sauce, but what I like about it is it doesn't have the high fructose corn syrup and it's really inexpensive. So if you don't make your own barbecue sauce, this Sonny's is a good option. So I'm going to pop this in the Instant Pot, cook it for about an hour and a half on high pressure, and then I will come back and shred it. While the chicken was cooking, I thought I would go ahead and get the toppings ready. So I'm going to chop up some tomatoes, I'm going to shred some cheese, and I already have the cilantro chopped up from another meal, but cilantro is my favorite, so make sure you get extra cilantro. And you can make your own pico de gallo or your own salsa, but I have found that this humongous container, this is a common thread. Everything at Sam's is a humongous container, but it's fresh cilantro salsa and it is really good, and my kids love this stuff. But if you have a really good pico de gallo or salsa recipe that you like, go ahead and put that together. Small minor detail about cooking barbecue chicken in the Instant Pot. It will scream at you that your food is burning if you don't add water. So I forgot that step. It's been a while since I've made this, so I had to go back, pour about 2 cups of water in there, and so that's gonna make it a little bit watery, but that's okay. It'll just get the barbecue flavor from the sauce into the chicken, and then we'll add more barbecue sauce later. So don't do what I just did. Don't burn your chicken because you forgot the water. Just add 1 to 2 cups of water to the Instant Pot, and then it will cook just perfectly. I don't know if you have one of these attachments for the KitchenAid, but it is really handy. It just attaches into this hole in the front, and there's so many different kind of attachments that you can get for your KitchenAid, but this one is really good. I think it came with a slicer and then a thick shred and a fine shred. So you just stick this in there and click it into place and put your cheese here, and it just grates the cheese out here. You can grate it right into the bowl. A lot of times while I've got this thing dirty, because you do have to wash it by hand, I will go ahead and do a lot extra. That way it'll just be in the refrigerator and ready for use in any kind of recipe. So normally if I'm doing that, I'll just put it right into a Ziploc bag, and it's easier to make room for it in the fridge. And that's it for the prep work. I'll wait for the chicken to get finished in the Instant Pot. Then when it's time to eat, we'll just throw all of the toppings on top of the shredded barbecue chicken and eat up during the game. Now I think what I'll do is chop up some fruit for fruit salsa, and then I'll make some tortilla chips with sugar and cinnamon to go with the fruit salsa. It's really good, and you will definitely want to try it. The ingredients for the fruit salsa is a can of crushed pineapple, 3 apples. I'm gonna peel my apples, but only because the baby might eat this and I don't want him to get choked on the peel. So normally if everyone was older that was eating this, I would keep the peel on, but I'm gonna peel those and dice them. And then some strawberries, a pound is perfect, and maybe 2 or 3 kiwi. Now these are golden kiwi, so normally I use the green kiwi, but this time we tried some of these golden kiwi. The kids really like them, so maybe you should try some too. And then so 2 or so of these kiwi, and then 2 bananas. That's gonna be the salsa part, and then we'll do the chips later on. I was being a little particular about the size of those apple dices, but I didn't want Lane to choke on them, obviously, so I just made them extra small. But if you don't have a little one around, you just do it the quick and easy way and just do them good enough. After I dice up the apples, I want to add the can of crushed pineapple to the apples so that they don't start turning brown. I just add the whole thing, the juice and everything. That will make for a really juicy salsa later on. Mix that up pretty good so that the pineapple juice covers the apples, and then you can chop up the rest of the fruit. Well, I finished that up. Not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed with missing the green from the normal kiwi. So I will say, if you want a pretty salsa, go for the green kiwi instead of the yellow. Other than that, this looks really good. And now it's time for me to put together the chips. Making the chips for the fruit salsa is super simple. If you are a go-getter and you have the time, feel free to make your own flour tortillas. There is a really good homemade flour tortilla recipe from the Pioneer Woman. I'll link that in the description below. That is not what I'm doing today. It takes a lot of time. I don't have extra time today, so I'm just going to use what we had left over from previous meals from the store. So we even have a variety. We have some whole wheat tortillas and just some regular flour tortillas. But what I'm going to do is I have melted the butter. Please notice the yellowness of this butter. I'm really proud of it. I made this butter myself from my fresh milk, and the color of it is just exciting to me. And so I'm going to spread the butter on all of the tortillas with this little baster, and then I'm going to sprinkle cinnamon sugar on top of that, and then cut them into triangles and place them on my cookie sheets. Now y'all will probably want to start a GoFundMe account to buy me some new cookie sheets, because those are pretty gross looking, but I promise they're clean. They're just old. To put my apron on because I didn't want my favorite new shirt to get messed up with that butter splattering, but I got all of that completed, and now it's time to put it in the oven. I'm going to cook it at 350 degrees. They will probably not take long at all, maybe 6 to 8 minutes. I'll keep a check on them, but they're done when they are crispy but not burnt, and so you have to keep a check on them because they're real quick to go from perfect to burnt, and then nobody wants to eat a burnt chip. I just said don't do that, and I did it. Beware, it's very easy to burn the tortilla chips, but this pan is probably a little undercooked. They'll be a little chewy, not too bad. That's not a problem. They'll still taste good, so I didn't want to take a risk on cooking them too long. The final thing I'm going to make for tonight's football game is sausage balls. I love sausage balls. We've already had them once this week, so I already have them mixed up. All I have to do is roll them up and put them on the cookie sheets. So I think everybody probably knows how to make sausage balls, but whenever I make sausage balls, I use 1 pound of sausage, 1 cup of flour, and about 2 cups of shredded cheese. So I've already got that together. I used my KitchenAid. If you have never made sausage balls using your KitchenAid mixer, it is a total game changer. I'm going to wash up the cookie sheets and ball up the sausage balls and put them in the oven. I will cook them for about 25 minutes or so at 350, and then it'll be time to put supper together and start the ball game. The sausage balls came out looking really scrumptious. Those are definitely one of my favorites for snacks during a football game. So I'm gonna set those aside, and the chicken is all done, so I'm gonna shred it with some forks, and then I will make up my plate, and it's almost time for kickoff. I'm ready to put together the barbecue chicken nachos, and I've shown you all of the other ingredients, but these are the tortilla chips that I like to buy. They're from Aldi. They're organic. If you think it's weird that I buy some organic stuff and some not, You're probably right, but I have a video, I will link it here, explaining why I make some of the choices that I do about organic versus conventional foods. But I do choose to buy corn products as much as possible organic. These are really good corn chips. They are affordable and they are really yummy. So that's going to be the base, and then I'll put all the other ingredients on the top. That you're able to try some of these yummy game day recipes. If you do, please leave a comment down below letting me know how you liked them, and please share all of the goodies that you like to make on game day as well. I hope that your team wins today, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you again next time.